please don't be caught unaware on this tax issue because it might be dangerous if you don't know what to do. My people, listen very well. This one concerns every Nigerians living abroad. If you send money home, own a house in Lagos, or even you plan to go home for long visit, this video is for you. Starting from January 2026, Nigeria is bringing in a new tax framework, and a lot of Nigerians abroad don't know its effect, don't even know what will happen to them when they launch it in 2026. Now, don't panic. It's not that they want every money from you taxable. No, not that. But there are rules, timing, and traps that can make you pay tax twice if you're not careful. I want you guys to understand exactly who's gonna pay and exactly who wouldn't pay and how to protect your money for Nigeria. You know how we Nigerians love to say, I don't run commot. Now you both government now they pay my tax to now. Not true. Well, but the Nigerian government has started asking serious questions. They are saying if you're making money off Nigeria, like renting your house in Lagos, or running businesses from Abuja, or even having a pure water factory in Ibadan, and you still base for Obodo, my brother, they said they must get their own share too from the money you're making. And it makes sense in any way, because every country taxes income that comes from its soil, even if you live abroad. The good thing is, they've also created some protection so that you don't pay double taxes, because you're going to pay tax where you base and you're going to pay taxes in Nigeria. So they've created some kind of protection for you. But the key is for you to understand where you stand in all this. Let's start from the simple rule. If you spend 183 days or more in Nigeria within 1 year, that's roughly 6 months, right? You are considered a tax resident in Nigeria, not a tourist anymore. Even though you base officially for Obodo, but you spend 6 months in Nigeria, bro, you're going to pay tax there in Nigeria. That means Nigeria can tax you worldwide income. Even your UK, your US, your Canada salary, Nigerian government can tax you. Imagine you take a long holiday, attend weddings, do business meetings, and you even visit parents in Nigeria, but you spend over 6 good months. Boom, the tax authority will come knocking on your door. Bro, you got to pay us some shares. But if you stay less than that, you are non-resident. And Nigerian government will only tax Nigerian source of income. Like maybe, you rent your house, or you have some business, you make profit out of it, or some kind of investment return from your bank. Stuff like that, definitely they will tax you. Now, this is where people start to panic. So if I send money home now, like 300K, for upkeep to my grandma, to my mother, then go tax scam? No. Relax. That's not true. Money you send home for family, gift, or for them to use as support, they are not taxable. That one comes from the central bank. Say remittance are not income. So your family can receive your money freely and free of charge. But the government only care if that money is part of a business transaction or profit from Nigeria. Say, for example, you rented a house in Nigeria and then you collected the money from your tenant and then you gave part of that money to your parents. That is income being generated from Nigerian soil. Then you're going to pay tax on it. Or, maybe you invested in a business back home and you're not there physically, but you're earning profit from that business. That's also Nigerian source of income. You're going to pay tax on it. Because some of you invested in transport business in Nigeria, though you're not there. Bro, you're going to pay tax on it. Even dividends from Nigerian stock or interest from Nigerian banks, those are taxable under Nigerian law. Sometimes it's already deducted as withholding tax before you even touch it. In summary, if money is made in Nigeria, Nigeria has a right to tax it. Whether you live in Canada or you live in Cameroon or you live in Bangladesh, they have right to touch that money because you made that money on their soil. There's also some good parts, some good news for smart diaspora investors if you sabi your way. Say interest from the federal government of Nigerian bonds, the FGN bonds, is still tax-free. But some people don't know this. That means if you buy those stocks or those shares, your interest is yours fully. No tax deduction at all. But still, be careful. Not all investments are treated the same. Short-term things like treasury bills or some corporate bonds now face 10% withholding tax. So, if you're investing from abroad, please check what you're buying because that 10% can equally chop part of your returns. Boom! Like that. And you'll be dazed when you see 10%. What? This is what I got after all the investment? Yes, you have to know this. Now, let's answer some questions here. What if you already pay tax in the UK, in the US, or in the Netherlands? Will Nigeria tax you again? Here's the good part. Nigeria has double taxation agreement with countries like UK, Belgium, Italy, and others. Meaning, if you already paid tax abroad, you get a credit or relief so you don't got to pay double tax. It's like when people try to collect bride price, only one person has the right to collect it. Another one. What if you have a bank account in Nigeria? Would they tax all the money in that account? If you're using your Nigerian bank account for business or for income purposes, you must have a tax identification number, which is the TIN. That's the number FIRS, Federal Island Revenue Services, use to track tax compliance. But if your account is just for personal remittance or emergencies, you don't need to panic about TIN for now. You don't need it for now. But still, if you ever collect rent or transfer profit into that account, better get your TIN earlier enough before you hear kokoko on your doorstep in Nigeria. It's easier to do it now than when you are under investigation because that time you will be running from pole to pillar and you might eventually at the end of the day lose a lot of money. Let's talk about the pros and the cons here. Pros. You know how exactly when you are taxable. Double taxation protection for those in treaty countries. Tax-free investment option from federal government bond. What about the cons? If you stay too long in Nigeria, you are accidentally a tax resident there. Some short-term investments now have withhold tax. If you're not filing it when you have Nigerian source of income, penalty may apply later. Let's talk about some lessons here. Think of it like this. You own two farms. One is there for abroad, one there for Nigeria. Each government will only tax the harvest from their soil. But if you sleep too long in one country, they may say, Oga, Oya, this farm is now yours full time. So you got to pay us everything you earn from that farm. That is exactly how tax residents work. That's as simple as that. So, my people, the message is simple. When I mean simple, very, very simple. One, track how long you stay in Nigeria each year you enter Nigeria. Declare any income made from Nigeria. Don't do magu-magu. If you have pure water factory, you make money there, declare it, please. Keep your foreign and Nigerian record clear. Make them clear and make it clean. Where. Don't fear tax people, and don't fear tax too. Just understand it and you won't have problem. Because ignorance is more expensive than compliance. This is African Black Gold TV. where truth meets street wisdom. If you find this material useful, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends in the diaspora. Please, again, drop your country in the comment. Let's see where Nigerians are watching me from. Till I see you guys in the next video, please subscribe.